Dun, 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 dun. Oh man. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. I'm still having problems, I think. I'm not entirely sure. The last 3 weeks, I've tried to get into these live streams after the system update 2. And I have just had the worst time, folks. Give me a minute. I was trying to get in it and the sim froze.
Haro Tower, Kin Romeo Alpha Golf 5710 ready for IFR departure. Runway tree.
Crap, now I don't think I'm seeing anybody at all.
710.
No, there are people here. All right. Okay. So far, so good. Oh, these damn people. Dun, 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 dun. well. So far, so good. And I haven't lost all of my FPS, but I mean, it's last time it seemed this way too. Where why is it not showing me everybody's names now? Nameplates. Really? Come on. What is it with Microsoft? I don't know. And I don't know. There it goes. Last 3 weeks have been horrible. I did an uninstall and reinstall, and I'm hoping it behaves. Up until system update 2, I haven't had any problems. It says, did it start? Not hearing anything. Yeah.
Go all the way to the top of Everest. See a lot of name tags I recognize here. Thanks for coming out, everyone.
So take this Chinook helicopter. I don't know if it can climb to 25,000.
I don't think it can.
Challenge for it. I myself have got the Cirrus
Good luck.
SR-22. It's only rated to 25,000 feet. Of course, that's just the manufacturer's suggestion on its ceiling. That's what the manufacturer will say. We will certify.
All right. Well.
Aircraft
Okay.
25,000 feet safely. That does not mean that is the absolute edge of the envelope for that particular aircraft. So we'll see if we can go a little bit higher, 4,000 feet higher, in fact, to reach the summit of Everest at 29,000. Maybe a struggle for the SR-22, but we'll see as we get underway. Once again, exclamation mark fly in the chat. That'll give you the instructions to join Southeast Asia server. I'm going to hit the start flight button and get loaded in here, and then we'll be up and underway here in a few seconds.
Oh, got my fingers crossed.
Definitely not rated for 29,000 feet, but only one helicopter has ever made it that high in the history of helicopters. And that was in 2005, and they have not.
Oh, please work. Hey, let me grab my coffee. Sorry, I'm so bogged down with technical problems all the time.
Yeah, it was.
Didn't get to say the most important thing. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're having a great day. Really great to see you.
But it seems like it could be done.
I've just been stressing out so bad for the last 3 weeks. Every time I try to do these, then everything goes to hell in a handbasket. And I haven't had any problems before. So again, I just did an uninstall and reinstall of the simulator, and have been hurrying to try to get everything set back up.
I'm spawned in, seeing lots of players around me. Joel, I've got you in sight at the opposite end of the runway. I don't have the aircraft you have, the Chinook helicopter, so we'll see how you appear on my stream. We'll see how this goes. Lots of aircraft all around. We are taking off from Paro. This is one of the handcrafted airports, as you can see, and it's considered one of the most legendary approaches.
It's beautiful. It is a beautiful airport. One moment.
In Bhutan here. Very difficult, challenging approach, as you can see from all the mountain terrain. So we'll see how this goes. We are, I think, at over 7,000 feet. Yeah, 7,300 feet. I got some planes flipping on top of me there, so it's kind of difficult to see my instruments. But yeah, 7,300 feet on the ground. I'm going to set my initial cruising altitude to 15,000. And we'll do that to start. And then if we need to climb higher, which I suspect we will at some point, we'll make that decision as we get underway. All right, parking brake is off. Full throttle is in. I am underway and rolling. And Community Fly-In Friday to Mount Everest has begun.
Good to see everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hello, Super Talks. Hello, Zadok. GB.
Positive rate. Let's see. Joel's take off in the Chinook.
Get the notification of the...
Already in the air. Trying to follow you. Let's see how this goes.
All right, we got a raid from More Cowbell Cody has just come in.
All right. That's
traffic.
Gotta have that cowbell, baby.
Same altitude. Less than.
Oh no. Come on, FPS. Don't bottom out on me.
Altitude. Less than 1 mile.
Standby.
Traffic. Traffic. 7 o'clock. Same altitude.
In Romeo
Less than
Alpha
1
Golf
mile.
5710,
Traffic.
contact
Traffic.
Lahati Center
12
on
o'clock.
12
Same
Now, of
altitude.
course, we are going to
Less than 1
experience
mile.
the concept
Traffic.
of pressure
Traffic.
altitude.
6
Going to
o'clock.
12
Same
tree
altitude.
decimal niner.
Less than
Kin
1 mile.
Romeo
Uh,
Golf
Traffic.
5710.
Flight performance of your aircraft is
Low.
affected by
Less than 1 mile.
the elevation of the area you're
Kin
flying
Romeo
and
Alpha
by the
Golf
temperature
5710.
Less than
air
1
is
mile.
Passing
flying.
8,500
Hotter days at
feet.
higher
Climbing
altitudes.
16,500
Your
feet.
aircraft will
Less
perform
than 1
much
mile.
worse.
Kin Romeo
Generate
Alpha Golf
less lift over the wings. Your engine will perform not as well.
Low. Less
Additionally,
than 1 mile.
so it could be dangerous.
ah, shoot.
6 o'clock.
A
Low.
lot of risk.
Man, good thing I was in the shed and I still didn't have the power. Oh, shoot.
710 would like to change destination to
6 o'clock.
Victor.
Ah, you're kidding me.
I'm having to circle around the airport a bit just to
That is specifically why.
enough to
Clear to Victor
clear these
November
mountains and
Kilo
follow the
Airport
magenta
as
line.
well. Squawk
I think you see here in Paro, what an incredible difficult approach. You
Kin
can see
Romeo
just from
Alpha
looking at the
Golf
terrain around here.
5
Oh man, it's lagging again.
Kilo Airport
I
as
have
well.
done
Squawk
this in
6467.
A2 simulator in full motion.
Kin Romeo Alpha
Oh, wow.
Golf
Wow.
Traffic.
Tom did as well.
I don't know what it is. Again, since System Update 2, again, did a full install, reinstall.
Traffic.
right heading
9 o'clock.
I have no idea what the hell the problem is.
Mile. Traffic.
Oh,
Traffic.
turn right heading 265.
He always
Proceed
done
on
runway,
course.
just a
Kin
tiny
Romeo
little bit
Alpha
high.
Golf 5710.
So, nothing too dramatic.
and Beatrill says, "What's up, guys? Love the sim. Ah, we love to hear that. Glad you're enjoying it."
So what's our cruising altitude today?
Well, I'm starting at 15,000, and we'll see. It may not be sufficient, but if we have to climb higher, we will.
We're climbing for 11,000 now, and everything is still red on my display.
500.
What in the hell?
It looks just right. I can see the trees and the mountains. And using this
Traffic.
setting, using clear
Traffic.
sky or
10 o'clock.
clouds, few clouds, so
Less
easy
than
to
1
see.
mile.
Nice weather is going to be for light.
I just loaded in a little while ago, and
Sink rate.
Yeah, I tested this in
Sink
live
rate.
weather yesterday, and I was really
Hold
shocked.
up.
I just flew it earlier to try to get the map to load in,
No, it ever got
Hold
like that.
up. Hold up.
and everything was fine.
Sink rate. Sink
Passing
rate.
through 13.
Oh my gosh.
Hold up.
You can see mountaintops
Hold up.
at roughly my current altitude. I think 15,000 should be okay. Yeah. At least for now.
What's wrong with you?
Or not.
Traffic. Traffic. 10 o'clock. Low. Less than 1 mile. Traffic. Traffic. 9 o'clock.
Yeah, this thing
Low.
flies.
2 miles.
5710.
I mean, it goes fast.
Please expedite your climb 16,500 feet.
It may not be 100% by the
Sorry, folks. One of those, everything's perfect in practice, and then
All right, here I am.
it all
Feet.
goes to heck.
It appears I've capped over the height of most of these mountains, at least for the present time. Beautiful views here in Bhutan as we make our way across the border into Nepal a little bit. Hope everyone else is able to get your aircraft up and over these mountains as well. It is I was gonna say, it is going to be a more challenging flight today, both, of course, with the mountain conditions, the altitude requirements,
Kin Romeo Alpha
and
Golf
also
All right,
landing in Lukla,
all right, all right,
another legendary
all
airport.
right, all right, all right.
Officially, Lukla is known as
Climb and
Tenzing
maintain
Norgay,
flight level 260. Kin Romeo
Tenzing
Alpha
Hillary
Golf
International Airport. That's what it
5710.
is. Named, of course, after Tenzing Norgay and Mr. Edmund Hillary, the two mountaineers who were the first to, confirmed first anyways, to reach the summit of Everest in recorded history. We don't know for sure. There may have been
Climb and maintain
other
flight
people
level 2.
prior to those two who have reached the summit of Everest, but never confirmed. So they're the ones that go down in the history books. Fun fact about that climb, of course, they were not a duo mountaineering team. They had a much larger team behind them, establishing all the various camps, you know, Camp 1, Camp 2, Base Camp, and so on the way up to the summit of Everest. And they were not the first team slated to attempt the final trek to the summit. There was another duo who were the primary, but it was the weather did not cooperate on the day that they were making the attempt, or something happened, and they didn't reach the summit. And so we had Tenzing Norgay and Edmund Hillary, who were sort of the secondary team to make the attempt. They were the ones that went down in history as the first to reach the summit. Of course, no one remembers.
No.
But of course, they all contributed to that.
Yeah, no one remembers.
I'm not
the
sure
little
what's happening with your
Oh
system.
no.
As you can see from my POV, I've got no issues with my frame rate.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with you guys and why the hell you guys get great. Oh, this is making me mad.
It's great. It's
sailing.
Yeah. So yeah,
Everything's
Derek
good.
Fluke, maybe go to the forums and see if there's some troubleshooting tips, because I don't think it's an issue with the sim. None of us are experiencing it. So it might be something specific to your PC, or maybe an add-on you have installed.
I have no add-ons installed.
Saving your mods.
One issue we've seen is if you have turbulence turned on. For some
I have wake turbulence turned on.
wake
Yeah.
turbulence, thank you.
Yeah,
that can kill it. So turn that off if that's on.
Yeah, you know, especially in a big group flight where we have dozens of aircraft participating, that very well could be it. I'm going to climb a little bit high. I'm going to go up to 17,000 feet. Because the mountains over this area appear to have higher peaks.
Looks fine to me. Absolutely stunning. No worries.
In real life, I would definitely not attempt the flight we're doing right now in a single engine SR-22. That would be crazy unsafe. However, here in the sim, we can do things like this and not have to worry about personal safety.
What's our cruise speed? What should our cruise speed be?
Well, I deliberately made this a shorter flight in terms of distance today because I knew we would spend more time climbing to clear some of these mountain peaks. So I'd say around 140 to 150 should be fine once you're at cruise altitude and en route.
Let's see if I can go that slow on 18,000 feet.
11 FPS.
Oh, the service ceiling listed for the Chinook is 20,000.
20,000.
20,000. That's what's listed.
Oh, that's just a suggestion from the manufacturer.
Yes,
so.
that's what the
Yes.
manufacturer guarantees it will be able to reach. It doesn't mean that that is the absolute maximum altitude you can take it to.
That's so your troops don't get a massive headache.
GB2 says the scenery is stunning. Absolutely. Of course, we're in that.
It is. It's gorgeous.
One of the.
Yeah, and I was flying it earlier to try to get prep and have it download all the maps, so that wasn't the problem.
Super Typhon is here. This is probably the type of thing he knows from memory. Someone can confirm this, but I believe something like 8 out of the top 10 highest mountains in the world are all in the Himalayas. I may have that number slightly wrong, but it's a ridiculous number like that, where almost all the world's top mountains are all in this specific mountain range. JB Flying High says the King Air is a rock star for this flight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The weather is a bit
You're on live weather, right, Peter?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I would not want to be flying through the soup like that over mountainous terrain. That's how you get a
It's
defit incident.
fine.
Yeah, don't you have
Here, everything is black. It's fine. It's totally
Yeah.
fine.
fine, you can see it on the screen, can't you?
Yeah.
You have all that fancy radar stuff.
I've got Bahama
Oh, yeah.
Blends in sight below me. I was gonna say Bahama might have difficulty clearing some of these mountaintops at that present altitude, but he's flying the DC Designs SU-27, so the kind of power in that aircraft he'll have no problem. Speed to climb's pretty good. We got drop bears over here. I didn't think they existed.
Oh, they do. That's someone who showed up on my stream recently. I didn't know anything about a drop bear, and there's a new brewery in town called Drop Bear Brewery, and now we're wondering why in the world did they name it that?
Are they Australian, the owners of that brewery?
I'm assuming they are.
Yes. For those of you in chat who don't know, I'll tell you what a drop bear is. It's sort of like this mythical Australian creature that doesn't actually exist, or does it? That will basically fall out of the sky and attack you, much like how every wildlife creature in the entire nation of Australia is violent and deadly.
Is it a bit like La Chupacabra?
Kind of like
Sort
that,
of.
yes. It's part of like, I think it's more of like a joke though. Like the El Chupacabra is part of Mexican folklore as a creature, whereas a drop bear is like, it's like that, the Bielefeld, the town in Germany that everyone pretends doesn't exist in the entire country,
Right,
is in on the joke. That's what a drop bear is like. It's like this kind of fake creature that everyone in Australia pretends exists to fool tourists, but it doesn't actually exist.
It's more like a Bigfoot,
Yeah, kind of.
except we know those are real.
Exactly.
And yes, stunning, amazing scenery here in the Himalayas, and I think it's only going to get even better as we get closer to Mount Everest.
I'll switch off live weather because it's a bit too cloudy for the clouds. Island clouds, that's better.
Aussie A says they drop out of trees and look a lot like koalas. Well, I wouldn't be very. That doesn't sound very scary somehow.
Oh, but they're deadly.
Yes.
They are. Just like the Monty Python or the bunny.
Yeah, the killer rabbit. And
Just like the killer rabbit.
Yeah.
And that's, I guess they need those kind of mythical creatures because there's not enough deadly things in Australia.
The hell is wrong with you?
Because my video stream coming in for you, it looks very lucky. And with the stuttery.
Bumps? Oh, that's perfect to me.
I'm watching the Twitch stream and it looks smooth and fine.
Peter, that's the same problem I've been having. That's the problem I've been having. It's ass. It's total ass. Pardon me. Sorry for the language, folks.
You guys
But it is.
holy hand grenades. Fun fact.
Yeah, you do.
I knew about the holy hand grenades from Worms before I saw one.
Oh yes, Worms, classic game. But yeah, that is of course a reference to the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Brother Maynard fetches that from the Book of Armaments and reads the instructions on how to successfully deploy the Holy Hand Grenade.
Son of a bitch.
Someone in chat today, there are probably more than one person who has never seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and they don't know what they're missing.
Oh, I think
That has to be.
given the average age, I think the majority of people haven't seen it.
Okay, let's do a poll here. Chat, type 1 in the chat if you have seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Type 2 if you have not seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So 1 for yes, 2 for no.
Don't forget we're getting old.
Oh, it's all ones. Not
all
even-
ones.
there's
There's a two.
There's a couple twos. Almost
Just-
all ones.
We just have a very old audience.
Yeah.
I rewatched it recently just out of curiosity. Is it still funny? And yeah.
Oh yeah, it
never
is
gets old.
one of the funniest movies ever made.
Apart from airplane, right?
Yeah, I mean, airplane's up there. I mean, I would put both of them in the top 10. Okay, here we go. Let's do, all right, top 5 comedy movies. This is my personal ranking. No specific order, just top 5 in general. This is not like a 5 through 1 ranking. So, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Airplane. This is Spinal Tap. I need 2 more. Let's be my top 3.
Meaning of Life.
Meaning of Life is good. Life of Brian is also good. I don't want to put too much Monty Python though. Like no,
Naked Gun, that's the same as Airplane, right?
Yeah,
Police Quest, that's same with that. All Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, all that Leslie Nielsen parody movies. Yeah. Con Air, is that a? Well, I guess it might be a funny movie, but for unintentional reasons.
We could get more recent with Jimmy Bobby. Not the big end of the movie.
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
Hot Shots is also pretty.
Damn,
Again,
finally.
Hot Shots is another parody by. Was it also by?
I'm like pulling teeth today.
Blazing Saddles, yeah.
Again, everything was going swell during the practice takeoffs. Everything autopilot engaging properly, climbing, not crashing in any damn mountains.
Hardly anyone knew what was coming at him there.
So people say, oh, you couldn't make Blazing Saddles today with political climate being when people are too sensitive, they would cancel it. No, they wouldn't. If you say that, it's because you don't get the humor. The thing with Mel Brooks,
You can't drop the N-word.
like he's making fun of racist people. He's not endorsing racist people. And so yeah, he's using that to make fun of them. And
You can't.
a lot of the jokes. And you could absolutely make a movie like that today. Much like Tropic Thunder, I see people say Tropic Thunder in the chat as well. People like, oh, Robert Downey Jr.'s character, he's a white actor wearing blackface. You couldn't do that today. It's like, yes, you could, because he's not, the point of it, he's not making fun of black people. He's making fun of method actors in Hollywood who take their craft way too seriously. That's the punchline. So it's not like they're using sort of racist tropes to make fun of racist people, not to make fun of the people that are actually being depicted. So
Even the director,
there's a distinction there, right?
Even the director and Robert Downey Jr. say there's no way we could do that now. We barely got away with it then.
Really?
He got a lot of flack from that, which I was surprised to hear. I didn't hear that till years later, but I was surprised to hear that. People gave him a hard time. It's like, what? You have no sense of humor.
I will say the people who were giving him a hard time did not understand the joke.
Or they didn't even see it.
Yeah.
That's another thing that happens. People get upset about something and they've never seen it. I love Tropic Thunder.
Tom Cruise is working on a Grossman movie. Really? I hadn't heard that. So for those of you who don't know, Tom Cruise has a very small bit role in Tropic Thunder as a Hollywood movie producer. And he's like wearing a fat suit and a bald wig. And it's like totally against type for Tom Cruise, who's like, supposed to be this good looking action hero. That's sort of his personal brand as an actor, right? That's really funny that he's doing.
And it took me almost the whole movie to realize that was Tom Cruise, because I didn't know it when I first saw it.
Yeah.
By the end, I went, oh my God, that's Tom Cruise. I cannot believe it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I've been struggling with all this. I just now checked the chat room.
Our homework assignment.
And there's... I'm so embarrassed, folks. I'm so sorry. Hey, Farmer, how are you?
This is Spinal Tap. I suspect everyone here has seen Air.
Yeah, pull up. I'm so sorry, folks, that I neglected the chat room. But as you see, I've been freaking out this whole time, trying to get things operating properly.
Robin Hood Men in Tights, yeah. That's another Mel Brooks.
We don't know Brooks.
Yeah.
It does not.
Ye gods, folks. But I mean, it seems to be operating okay now, sort of.
This one?
Yeah.
No.
I feel like the autopilot is not
For helicopters yet. And
in the. It's the right plan. We just seem to be really off compared to everybody else.
But the other one, Miltech, also does not have.
I believe now has heading.
Let's do a heading hold. One moment.
Jump back.
I'm not sure whether that was coming right now or it was already.
They're kind of over there about.
It must be upcoming because they're also using it. So, well, they could do it. I mean, there is. What's the one that has auto
145, the high 145.
Yeah, which are a different. They don't use the Asobo model exactly.
Let me get rid of the HUD.
And from Asobo, the British helicopter that I always forget the name. It has an autopilot. It's an old. Somebody can remember that helicopter. It came out as a local legend, is it?
Oh,
There we go. Declutter it a little bit.
No. Oh, that's the 47J never had.
I think the only helicopter we released as a local legend was the Bell.
Okay, then it was an Asobo release. Shoot, what's it called? Come on, the Scout. Thank you, Scout Walk.
Yeah. Oh yes, that one.
Yeah. That has autopilot, which I was pretty shocked at, and it's a great helicopter. I was really impressed.
Odolf just suggested that the T-47 and LBT can heading hold. So it's kind of autopilot.
Oh, it does. Okay. Gotta get back in that thing.
Get a comment from Aussie Ace here. Says, not everything in Australia wants to kill you. If you leave snakes alone, they leave you alone. All crocodiles are in the north, so don't go into the water. However, we have jellyfish that can actually kill you in minutes. The deadliest jellyfish in the world lives here, and the wolf spider is the deadliest in the world. Yeah.
I mean, he just disproven his whole point.
yeah.
Not everything he wants to kill you. Just don't get in the water. Okay, so the moment I get into the water, I'm getting killed.
Yeah.
It's different here, man. I can just jump into the water without getting killed.
So I have some friends from Australia, and when were visiting Canada,
Well, I certainly love mountains. Look at that road down there.
and amazed them.
Talk about switchbacks. Oh, and it's switchbacks the whole way down. I remember being on a road like that in California, doing something like that. I'm like, oh my god.
It's common practice. You got to check your shoes to make sure there's no deadly creature in there before you step into them.
Because literally everything wants to kill you.
Yeah.
In Australia.
So yeah, when you growing up in Australia,
All right, now
check your shoes before you step into them.
I seem to be going the wrong way.
Not the common practice.
This thing's fast.
That was a bit of a culture shock. They just assumed everyone around the world did that.
Agent Prometheus says that's common practice in Texas and the Southwest USA.
Oh boy,
So anyone with a kit, it's a good
we're gonna run into something.
Especially if they don't like you.
Do not underestimate the Canadian geese that like to hide their boots. Yes,
Oh, really?
the Cobra chicken. Canadian geese.
I am doing fine. Other than the Microsoft Flight Simulator giving me the ass, Mr. Farmer Sir, I am doing absolutely fine. It's been a great day.
Anyone who lives in a major Canadian city,
Everything's great.
goose population, they know those.
Wow, this is nuts. Look at all this.
And they're
Ah,
Do not go near them.
man.
Yeah, we have a massive amount of Canadians.
The Canadians are all the Colorado Rockies. Our mountains are better than that. And then look at all this. Oh my lord, this makes the Canadian Rockies.
56 nautical miles, or at least I am.
It puts them in their place.
Victor November Tango Romeo.
Pretty impressive.
Warning is recommending I turn my keto game on. Probably a good idea at this altitude, I would say.
GPS nav. For that. It may have something to do with the proximity of the planes. That like it's not streaming their data. Like it's as long as I'm just away from the pack at the moment, seems to be fine. Last week too, as soon as I got next to the pack,
I am 53.
it bogs. So I got my fingers crossed.
We're doing 130, so 128 indicated.
I mean, again, very dangerous. I would not want to do this in real life in an aircraft, a single engine like this. But look at this scenery, the mountains in the distance,
I know.
snow-capped peaks in the Himalayas.
It is gorgeous.
Incredible. And a great looking group of people flying in formation behind me. So I'm on the Sim Update 2 live release build. Peter and Joel, you're both in... No, Joel, you're on the same build as me. Peter, you're in the beta, right? Sim Update 3 beta. Aussie Ace cannot find the pitot heat in the Pilatus PC24. Maybe someone in the chat.
The thing about the Pilatus that I found is... oh, no, it was... yeah, I think it is.
By the way, chat.
Well, one of them, the...
But who has watched up to the end of Andor Season 2?
I have CD. I've watched all of Andor.
Oh, Peter, come on. It's so
I know,
good.
I
It's
simply
so
don't have
good.
the time to sit hours on end.
We were actually just chatting with Jorg about that. Bit of fun fact about Jorg, for those of you who don't know, Jorg is a huge science fiction fan, and so we had a team meeting with him a couple days ago, and you know, as we're making small talk before the agenda officially kicked off, we got chatting about Andor and Rogue One. One of the things you want to do, yes, is
Man, that mountain out there in the distance is pretty darn tall.
I read those letters correct. Says, yeah, immediately after Andor Season 2 ends, watch Rogue One right away.
Yeah.
Basically, the ending of Season 2 of Andor leads directly into the beginning of Rogue One.
It's weird watching Rogue One right after. I mean, well, watching Andor because, well, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it's weird
I haven't watched it yet.
to see Rogue One and then go back and then watch the Andor prequel. It's interesting.
Leia, she was the real star of Andor. Especially, I get no spoilers, but especially if you've seen Season 2. Leia she was the real MVP of Andor.
I keep raising the clouds back up, and the higher we get, they just keep coming down. Whoa.
I just unmuted the screen for a second. This music is suitably epic. Derflux said turning off wake turbulence did the trick. Thank you so much. Yeah, there you go.
Was that it? Wake turbulence?
Of course, is modeled for each individual airplane, and most of the time when you're flying, there'll only be a few other aircraft in sight. So modeling individual.
If the wake turbulence was it, I turned it off, and if that's it, then great. I'm turning the graphic quality all the way back up to 400, the terrain quality.
Individually modeled wake turbulence.
So you should notice
That will have a pretty big impact.
sharper ground textures, and
So yes, recommend turning that off for big group flights like this one.
it's gonna get nuts as we start getting next to that stuff.
What else is everyone watching these days in addition to Andor?
I am watching a Korean television show with Christine called Chef in My Fridge.
So far, I'm watching with a friend, and she's currently on vacation. She went to Italy, and now she's in.
Let's see. Audio browser.
Last of Us was filmed in Calgary, and I remember when
Okay.
I was there, different parts.
Hopefully that eliminates any echo that I had.
And like,
The
see, depending where you are, if you're in certain
Twitch audio was streaming through the desktop audio channel,
but that they completely blocked off and made it look all post-apocalyptic.
and the Microsoft audio itself was also streaming through the desktop audio. So we now have the Microsoft audio,
We wandered around
game audio, in its own channel,
Vancouver,
and the audio browser for Twitch in its own channel. So again,
trees.
technical problems. I'm sorry. Working it out.
Fun fact, if you ever go by a filming location, they're very secretive. They have security just to keep passersby from not interfering with the shoot. And they won't tell you what production they're filming. They don't want people to know. They don't want people like following around to get a glimpse of the star.
Yeah, I really love it when things are working right too, Farmer.
So if you happen to walk up and, you see
I don't know if
taking place, and you ask the...
Okay, now let me turn them down. They're awful loud in my ear.
Oh, what are they shooting here? They won't tell you. But in this case, it was
Okay, so
obvious that it was The Last of Us.
I don't know if I can get Farming Simulator 2025 yet, but
Apocalyptic.
I had to. I was given one of those 1 month free Xbox Unlimited things when I bought this new computer.
You are a professional.
And
like, this is how they earn their living, and they have agents and everything, just like a big name actor.
And yesterday was the last day to redeem the thing, and so I redeemed it. And I saw that I could get Doom, the new Doom. So I checked. I've installed that, but I'm going to look later this afternoon to see if they have any of the Farming Simulator stuff on Xbox, to give it a shot. I might be able to check out Cities too, and I've been really wanting to check that out. So I hope I can. That'd be great. If not, I'm still inclined. I'm just looking for a reason, I think, these days to want to play the thing.
I guess he really liked the Japanese style, so he had his whole home done in Japanese, and then at some point he either moved or changed his mind, so someone knew him, and not the fish, he didn't.
Where is Wedge?
Is this one of the runways on the route? I'm landing here, but I don't know.
I'm 30 nautical miles away from our first touch and go.
Me as well. So then you should be right on this runway as well.
That one there, yeah. Okay, that's where I am.
Oh yeah, Victor November Tango Juliet. Yeah, I've got it. Oh yeah, look at this. I've got it in sight. I can see Joel making a landing there. See that? To my Togok bow. We got FW Rider, Mahama Blend, and D-Man Chief all doing a fly past of that runway.
But you don't get the... Nope.
No, I don't own that aircraft.
It was Premium Deluxe included.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I do have it then.
I was gonna say. You should have it.
Yeah, no, I should have it then.
Kind of should have it. This is not. This is the one from
Blackbird?
Blackbird, thank you. Not Black Square, not Black Shark. Blackbird.
What time did I set? That's an excellent question. I think around 5. No, 6. 6 o'clock local time, 12:35 PC.
Just watching people do their touch and goes here. On my plan, this wasn't even marked as a stop.
No, it's not a stop on the flight plan. We just happen to be flying past it.
Oh, okay, that's what. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't played. I think I only played Doom 1, and then that was the years that, man, trying to keep up with all the good computers. I was broke young when I was a young person, and I never had a good computer. And so I think, I played Doom 1 and Doom 2.
Look at that sort of orange yellow.
But nothing since. And I'm questioning whether I'm too old to be playing a first-person shooter like that. I don't know if I got I got a cat on the ground going after my feet. Hey, what are you doing, buddy? I know you want some attention right now, but I'm streaming. I appreciate the sport, though. Good kitty. Good boy. But yeah, I'm wondering, like,
Set my time of day. As
first person shooters like Doom are for young people.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I think I'll rewind a bit because otherwise it'll be dark by the time I get to.
Yeah. There, look at that. I just changed the time on my screen. Of course, I'm flying directly into the sunset, but look how pretty that is.
Yeah, I was trying to add a sunset to it earlier, but it kind of wasn't really successful. And adding good light quality and scattered clouds again.
I may rewind the time a little bit later as well. When
It had a nice
touch and go landings.
orange glow. There we go.
Climbing
Oh,
or attempting to climb to the summit of Everest. You know, I'd like the sun higher in the sky when we do that. But at least for now, while we're cruising,
it's not so washed out. Maybe a little easier on the eyes.
Lean Cool Boy Roy. That's a cool username. You're at Lukla already, so I'll see if I can see you guys when you approach. Yeah, that's our full stop landing today.
You do need some.
All right.
Though.
Yeah.
See if we can get back to 15,000 feet.
The elevation is 1,300 feet. Oh wow!
1,300? 1,300?
Yes,
Oh boy, I might need to start descending then.
yes.
I'm also 17 miles out. All right, I'm gonna disable my autopilot and start a descent then.
Yeah, same.
Where are they going? Are they over there? What? I don't see the shit.
Elevation 1,328 feet.
And, okay, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna have to climb again from 1,300 to 29,000.
To 29,000, yeah.
But
This is
see,
why I deliberately made the flight plan today shorter than normal, because I knew we'd spend a lot of time climbing.
But I'm not too sure if it's really 1,300 feet. Because looking at it, it doesn't look like 1,300.
Yeah, that's not on my flight plan. That's what the guy was saying. He's like, I don't have that on my flight plan.
I mean, it looks higher or lower?
Yeah, it looks higher.
Newtonia says, I think I flew to the wrong Everest.
Yeah, exactly.
Everett, Washington instead of Mount Everest.
Oh,
Well, so here's a fun story. This really happened to a tourist from the UK. Tourist from the UK bought a ticket to Sydney, an airplane ticket to Sydney, and the airport code. We checked in at the airport and got his luggage tags. The airport code began with the letter Y, and for those of you who know airport codes, you know that Australian airport codes begin with the letter Y. So, for example, Sydney, I believe, is YSSY, Sydney, Australia. Is that correct? Someone in chat can confirm that. However, that's the ICAO code.
oh, Call of Duty.
Code, which are only 3
Call of Duty was amazing.
Canadian.
I would like to play one of the new ones. I haven't
So for
played one of those since the early 90s.
Toronto Lester Pearson International is CYYZ, or yeah, that's the ICAO. The IATA, which is just 3 letters, is just YYZ. So this tourist from the UK thought that they were buying a flight to Sydney, confirmed that the airport code on their luggage began with Y, so assumed they were going to Sydney, Australia, and then their plane landed 4 hours later in Sydney, Nova Scotia,
Oh my.
on the east coast of Canada. Very small city.
Oh, pardon the turbulence.
And very, very shocked and surprised tourist arriving at the wrong Sydney. But you can see how that mistake could happen, right?
Right. Also, both direct flights, apparently.
Yeah.
From there.
Well, I think probably you'd go via Halifax, but it might be like a continuing on, like land in Halifax, continuing on to Sydney. Right. Yeah.
It really is 1,300 feet, by the way.
Yeah, red lining.
Although, how many miles am I out now? Okay, 6 miles. I'm just looking at my POV here. I don't have the field in sight. Do you think it's over these? No, it's in the valley. You can see from the map. Okay.
Yeah, it's down in the valley.
So the field should be kind of right around here somewhere.
You can have a look at my...
Oh yeah, there's the runway right there. I see it. There's the runway. Yeah. Okay. So we don't need to clear these mountains up ahead then. Using flaps for air brakes. Not recommended.
No, you'll rip them right off.
That will break stuff. You can use the gear.
Anyway, I can't wait to take some time and go through all the different games that might be available for the next month. I'm not interested in having a subscription to anything, but I will definitely take advantage of a free month.
I have a wrong airport story. Last month I flew to New Zealand on Fuji Airlines. When I got my ticket, the ticket read Sydney instead of Auckland. When I told them about the error, they brought all the managers down to counter to confirm my identity like an interrogation. Whoa.
Aussie Ace is saying it's amazing how many people go to Austria thinking they're going to Australia.
Australia, right, yeah. Too high, too fast.
Oh yeah, I'm way too. I'm gonna have to do some spiraling down. Yeah, I've got to lose 8,000 feet here in a hurry. I'm basically flying over the airport right now.
It's perfect. Yeah. Give me time to catch. I think I'll catch up by the time you guys land.
I'll do it downwind, then I'll do it from the other way. We only have a 6-knot crosswind, so that's should be doable.
I don't think I'm cut out to be a Sherpa in these mountains. Hell no. Whoa.
For me, it still looks very leggy, you see.
I see it looking very smooth.
Okay. Oh, well.
Yeah, it still looks good for me.
And is it just when it's on your POV, Peter, that you think it's laggy, or is it on everyone's? Let's put it on Joel's, for example. Does the stream also look laggy for him? Because I also see his POV is smooth.
That looks smooth.
Okay. Weird then, because I'm seeing. Okay, let's go back to your POV then. I'm seeing it very smooth. Oh, now it looks frozen.
Yeah, it is.
Are you stopping it to restart it?
No, so now it's CTD'd.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe there was an issue with your stream. Yeah, try restarting it and letting me know when it's back up.
Yep. That's the first CTD in months.
Your sim CTD'd or OBS? Yeah. Your sim did? Oh.
Yes, sim did. Yeah.
Well, you are in the beta build, so I know the team has identified some issues with stability in the Sim Update 3 beta. Not resolved yet for those of you who are enrolled in the beta, but they're looking to get those fixed in a future beta update release. Newtonius with another wrong airport story. I was in New Zealand. I read an article about an old man who got on the wrong plane because the gate was shared between two flights leaving at the same time. After the gate, they had to board buses, and he got on the wrong bus heading to the wrong plane. You know, I'm surprised the gate agents don't check for that. That's not his fault. That's on the airline.
Yeah, when I've had to do that, they checked like 5 times.
Yeah.
And then when you get on the plane, everyone on this plane, we're going here.
It's a good thing.
Amazing, those engines are so loud still.
Like then in DFB and then just start on a different airport.
Oh yeah, so you can just start where we are right now at
Oh, that's
Exactly.
Victor November Tango Romeo.
and it'll keep the plan in there.
Exactly. You
Oh,
don't have to,
that's
and you
a
don't,
huge. That's an awesome improvement. That's great.
and you don't have to slew.
Yeah.
That was Victor November Tango Romeo.
Correct.
So go to Romeo.
Look at this cool cloud layer up ahead.
Stop light.
All right, making a steep turn here through the mountains to get us lined up with the runway. A long final, long-ish final. Oh, Joel, you're gonna.
I was gonna say I must be cutting you off.
Yeah, I have you in sight
front of you.
ahead of me. So we'll go over to your POV here. Watch your landing.
Back.
Now the tricky part with the CH-47 is slowing it down.
Just hang back.
Yeah, you can almost do kind of nose dance it. No other helicopter acts this way. Here we go. Load. Oh, I think we're descending now. Yeah, there we go.
This thing does not have a speed brake.
Victor November Tango Romeo.
I'm lined up on long final now.
Just about on the ground. Usually, most helicopters we call this a skids and go, but this one does have wheels.
Easy
Remind me
plane.
of this landing. I have a cool
there
Chinook
we go.
story to share with you. A
There we go.
real
That's
life
a
Chinook story.
awesome.
There we go. Now getting to bleed off some speed.
Every Chinook story is a cool story. See.
Oh, look at that dirt being kicked up. I love that effect.
Yeah, it really.
I've actually heard people complain about this effect, and I don't think they've ever been near a Chinook when it's landing.
It's so violent.
So violent.
It really is. That is a lot of wind. See CD coming in.
Yeah, I'm kind of on short final now. A little bit high, a little bit fast. It's fine.
Fine.
Well, actually, well, no, we're at 1,300. Yeah, it is fine. I was gonna say at this. I assume we are still high in the mountains where it would not be fine, but at this elevation, it is fine.
Kind of hard to see the runway with everybody. Oh, cut that
There's
crap out.
touchdown.
A little long.
Oh.
All right, and the
Ah.
oh, hit the wrong button. Meant to enable my autopilot.
Oh.
There's a second message from Jane. All right, my cool Chinook story. So for those of you who you probably know, I am a glider pilot, and I went to glider flight school. A young man at the time named Chris Hassler. I'd met him for the first time while we were student glider pilots together, and we became good buddies over the course of our flight training. We actually flew our first solo flights within about 10 minutes of each other, which is kind of cool. He was from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
I don't think I got the room to
When he was in his
take off without turning around.
when he was a high school graduate, when he was 18, he tried to enroll in the Canadian Forces. He wanted to be a pilot in the Canadian Air Force.
Okay, so that was it.
He was
We're back to the group.
I'm not sure why. Probably because
So the problem all along was the system update to wake turbulence setting. That's the culprit.
Graduates as well, which obviously he was not at that point. But he enrolled in university, and while he was at university, he realized one of his parents, it was either his mother or his father, I can't remember which, but one of his parents was a UK citizen. And because of that, he was able to apply to the Royal Air Force. And so the RAF flew a couple recruiters over to Nova Scotia when they saw that he had a serious application. And they selected him for aircrew training in the RAF.
Wow.
And so he left Nova Scotia, flew over to the UK, and after completing basic flight training, he then subsequently...
What the hell did I do? Did I hit the brakes?
And he became a
Oh, man. I hit the brakes. I slowed down. Just killed all my speed.
Trained and operational in a Chinook squadron.
Come on.
The unit was
Come on.
deployed to Afghanistan. And he by British troops on the ground. In Afghanistan. They had a injured British soldier.
Go figure.
And they were
Who
helicopter medical
decided to put that tree there? That's my fault. I should have just stopped and went back around again.
Fire from
But
the Taliban.
okay,
He used a structure, a building.
let's get caught back up.
To sort of shield the
All right,
helicopter
get the gear up.
as it was coming in from the direction of the Taliban fire that they were.
Gear up, flaps up.
And he had to sort of land the Chinook. And we'll actually go over to.
That's beautiful down there.
Here, Joel, if you can just go to the external camera.
I love the lights on the mountains.
He actually had to. He described it in interviews afterwards as quote popping a wheelie. He actually landed the Chinook just on the rear two wheels while holding it in a semi-hover. So the front part of the helicopter was nose up, and the rear ramp was on the ground, just with the two rear wheels touching the ground, using the building around them as cover from the incoming enemy fire. And so that the troops on the ground could bring that injured soldier on board through the rear ramp. And this is something he did not learn how to do in training. It was a spur-of-the-moment decision that he made as the pilot in command of that Chinook helicopter. And he subsequently, for his action, he was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross.
Wow.
For that. And he was the first Canadian to receive the Distinguished Flying Cross since the Korean War.
And I thought that was a standard maneuver because maybe I'm imagining it. I thought I saw pictures of them doing that in Vietnam. Might have just looked that way, though.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll remind you if you ever have problems.
Here's a news story on CBC News from 2007. I'll show you this. Basically, kind of what I just told you. Queen honors Canadian pilot who flies for British Air Force. Flight Lieutenant Chris Hassler was born in Alberta, raised in Nova Scotia. Canadian helicopter pilot who flies for the Royal Air Force in Britain was honored by Queen Elizabeth on Wednesday for bravery and courage during his mission in Afghanistan. Flight Lieutenant Chris Hassler was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross at Buckingham Palace in London. He is the first Canadian to win the medal since the Korean War. Hassler, 26, was born in Jasper, Alberta, but raised in Halifax. Tried to enlist in the Canadian Air Force shortly after he graduated from high school, but was turned down. He said he thinks he was considered too young at the time. After studying at Mount Allison University in New Brunswick for 2 years, he applied to the Royal Air Force as a Commonwealth citizen, was accepted, and flies Chinook helicopters, the workhorse of the RAF fleet. Okay, here we go. The first operation involved flying a Chinook helicopter into a Taliban firefight to pick up wounded British soldiers on July 7, 2006. It was a site that was surrounded by buildings on all three sides and made to land with one of the front blades overlapping one of these one-story buildings on our back wheels with our front wheels in the air so we wouldn't hit it, Hassler said.
Oh, there's the host of the show. He's back there.
Buildings to reach the wounded.
I got ahead of
I
him.
didn't have time to think about it. I was concentrating so much on not crashing, just landing. Yeah, so there you go. So that's I haven't seen him in decades, but that's someone that I do know personally. We went to glider pilot school together. And like I said, I flew my first solo with him probably about 10 minutes apart from each other.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of a cool story. Of course, I had no idea at the time that 10 years later he would be flying for the RAF and would be the first Canadian to win the DFC since the 1950s.
So what's your excuse?
Yeah, what is my excuse?
Ooh.
I'll tell you my excuse. I'll tell you exactly what my excuse is. I grew too tall. There is a height. There is a height.
There
limit.
is, yes.
There is a height limit for military aviators. And this was my dream as a kid. This is what I wanted to do. Like when I was a kid and a teenager, all I wanted to do was be a military fighter pilot. And when I was about 16 or 17, I had a teenage growth spurt and I grew too tall and I exceeded the maximum height that you're allowed to be a military pilot. And so I cannot fly. That is my excuse there.
What?
That's why.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Fine. So I also am above the maximum height for military flight. Plus, I'm a scholar blind as a vet, so that doesn't help.
Good art.
So maybe it's better that I was already too tall, because otherwise the disappointment would have been even bigger, right?
Super Typhon says military just wants chihuahuas. Yeah, I think I would have been the right height, but I came of age when I could have joined the military just after the Vietnam War.
Dang.
It didn't sound like a good idea.
No, exactly. I can fully imagine that.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, the limit is 6'2", or like roughly 180 something centimeters.
I believe here in the Netherlands it's 1.9, but I'm over that. So.
Yeah, I'm also over that. So yes. Sadly, too tall to be a military pilot.
Yes, same for me. That's my only excuse. I'm too tall. Yes.
Yep.
Otherwise,
otherwise everything was perfect.
You know, I'm going to climb up to 25,000 feet, the maximum rated service ceiling of the Cirrus SR-22, because our next waypoint is
top of the mountain.
Top of Mount Everest.
I'm at 15,000, I think.
18,000 and climbing.
Check that.
Sure.
I'm 15.2, and I'm good so far. I really have no hope that this is going to make it, but we'll try.
Not sure this is going to.
I've done it in a H125.
And me too.
Oh, not in 24 though. In 2020, we did it in H125s with the proper paint schemes, liveries.
Oh, that's cool.
And the wind had to be going the right direction, or it was pretty impossible. You had to get to the right side of the mountain.
Yeah, then use the wind.
We used live weather and wind, and it takes a while. Patience.
Yeah.
These are just the little mountains on the way. I see. I'm not even to the big stuff yet. Getting pretty.
I'm 25 nautical miles away from Mount Everest. However, because the quote-unquote little mountains on the way, they actually obscure my view. So I don't have Everest in sight. You would certainly, if these mountains weren't blocking the view, you would definitely be able to see Everest from 25 miles away, though.
Right. Except for all these mountains in the way. I've got a caution light. Oh, is that fuel? Oh, it's fuel. I better put fuel in.
So Everest is the tallest mountain, but amongst mountaineering hobbyists or specialists, Everest is not considered the most difficult to climb. That distinction goes to K2, which is also here in the Himalayas, but nowhere near where we are. We won't be able to see K2 anywhere. Like, you can't see it from Everest and vice versa. But for like lay people, they think, oh, I want to climb Mount Everest, top of the world, etc. This is the holy grail of mountaineering. But for people who are really super into mountaineering, K2 is the one that they want to. That's their bucket list mountain.
Oh yeah, Everest was a walk in the park. I mean, just walk right up it. Anything you need oxygen to get up, that's going to be a hard climb.
Well, I've climbed to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro, which is 19,000 something feet, just under 20,000 feet.
That's a big climb. Yeah.
Which, flying, you would definitely need oxygen at that altitude, but
you didn't have oxygen?
I did not have oxygen. I took medication though that would help with mountain sickness. The way the Kilimanjaro climb works is it's a 5-day hike up, and each day you sort of acclimatize yourself. You only hike for about half the day, and then you spend the other half the day resting at camp, and that allows your body to adjust to the altitude.
Oh, okay. So you're like a Sherpa when you get up there.
Kind of, not quite. Too many people overestimate themselves. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's this is my Everest hot take. There are way too many people who are attempting to climb Everest, which kind of ruins it for everyone, because you've probably seen photos very famously during the Everest hiking season. There's basically a traffic jam in what's known, and this is the official term. This is actually what it's called, the death zone.
Right.
There's a traffic jam in the death zone where people are trying to wait their turn to reach the summit, and they get hypoxia, they pass out, they get exposure, and what's even worse is, for your own survival, you can't stop to help other people, because then you both die.
And you can't get help because, as we just established, helicopters don't go that high.
Yep.
So you're on your own.
Maybe they should build a.
I know the government.
One of those.
A lot of tourism money.
What do they do in the Olympics? The toboggan.
You want to do this for good reason. So the government of Nepal makes a lot of money from tourists who want to climb Everest.
Wow.
If it was up to me, I think they should do one of two things. One, accept far fewer applicants, but make sure they're qualified, experienced mountaineers. They must have had, previous mountain experience climbing, how if you want to run, say, like the New York Marathon or the Boston Marathon, not everyone can just enter that. You have to have previously run other marathons and achieved a certain time just to qualify.
Right.
So do something like that. Like have certain qualifying mountains that say you have to have climbed previously one of these other mountains before we'll let
This is insane.
Increase the fees.
Insane.
So that, fewer people, but higher.
I don't think I'd be wanting to climb any mountains, but man, living here.
Option 2.
Wow.
To the top of Everest. And make. I'm serious. Build a gondola to the top of Everest.
No, not a gondola. Make it a toboggan tube.
You don't need to be an experienced mountaineer.
You can shuttle people down to the back.
The gondola to the top.
Then just let the climbers who want to climb do the climb.
Yeah.
Take a tube down at Mach 2.
Gondola should be like $100,000 or something ridiculous, because
We'll get you to the bottom we'll get you back down to the bottom in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, but then you get the distinction. Oh, how are you here? Oh, by gondola. Oh,
That kind of pressurization change would probably make you explode or something.
being on top of Everest is not longer a bragging right, but climbing to the top of Mount Everest will be a bragging right, which again is already there. So.
What do they call that in the Olympics? I can't believe it's skipping my mind. What the hell is that called in the Olympics? The sledding.
For Earth Day a few years ago, we did a flight to Yosemite National Park. We flew past.
This isn't even Everest yet. That's just Mount Makalu.
Cliff climbing sites there.
You're kidding, really?
El Capitan.
Here it is. Top of the Mount
Superflow
Everest.
says, how many will stick the landing at Lukla? I think I will.
Lukla is tough. I don't know that I'll be able to. I'll try, but man,
30,000 feet. Of course, the summit.
Lukla is impossible.
In sight now to my 12 o'clock.
The Lukla runway is like a 45-degree runway on the side of one of these mountains.
It's between 29,000 and 30,000. So if I can climb to 30,000 feet in the Cirrus, we will be able to fly over the top of Mount Everest. I don't know. This plane is not rated above 25,000, so we may not be able to make it.
Well, that's why I chose this one.
All right, Joel, you're a lot closer to me. Oh, there's some beautiful views of Everest there.
It really looks amazing in the sim.
It really does. This is
the summit as they're
mind-blowing.
kind of rounded, but yeah, we've attempted this more than once in the.
So yeah, I may not be able to ever travel the world,
So I
but
personally have
traveling the world in the simulator,
desire to,
hey, I'm good. I'm pretty damn happy.
but
I would like to go. I would like.
It would be nice to travel the world and be,
we went there.
this is what I would like to do. I would like to
have the time and the money.
and I would like to go to Everest Base Camp just to see.
But
but
man, this is almost as good as being there for me.
Well,
Very-
crazy people and
very experienced
full-time
mountaineers.
adventurers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think it'd be cool. Go to Lukla and then just see Everest up close. Go to base camp, experience that, but not make the summit attempt. I would like to do that trip.
Right.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing because you would still see it. You'd still get the incredible pictures of Everest and Lukla. Lukla looks like a pretty cool place.
You wonder where the helicopters reach it. So one helicopter in history has reached the summit of Everest. Nicholas says, beautiful picture of a pelican and an ornithopter on the top. Well, yeah, get a screenshot and post that on the forums.
I might reinstall 2020. I want that ornithopter back.
Feet, so we're now
The Dune ornithopter, love it.
Of this aircraft.
Absolutely love it.
Still doing fine. True airspeed of 159 knots.
There's Everest Base Camp.
I am at full power and it's not doing it. Not gonna make it. This one's not gonna make it. Come on, you're so close. Come on. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, they're kicking up snow.
Yeah.
That looks cool.
Look at the Draco up here. I keep getting this error message in this aircraft. It's something to do with SU2. Okay. And there it is. There it is. Unfortunately, I don't have whatever aircraft that is next to me. But there we go. Woo! Made it. And I also have, let's see, let me hit this button here. I also have the story of the 2005 helicopter lands on top of Mount Everest as part of an unprecedented and potentially perilous flight. French pilot Didier Delcerre, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, became the first end-to-day.
All right, folks, we did it. We made Mount Everest. Let me get my drone camera.
With an elevation of 29,030 feet, Mount Everest, located at the border between Nepal and Tibet, in the Himalayas, Earth's highest mountain above sea level. He was a test pilot for Eurocopter, known as Airbus Helicopters now, the largest supplier of helicopters. The helicopter that he used was for his unprecedented flight to the summit was a Eurocopter AS-350B3, a serial. The accompanying 2012 photo features this type of Eurocopter, so the photo is not even right. But basically, in short, they modified it quite a bit. They had an entire team involved with getting up there, and let's see if I can go to the part. I think he had to sit there for a very short time in order to make it a landing.
Oh, chat.
50 seconds.
Chat, I'm about 1,200 feet below.
Bobsledding. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't believe I
don't know.
one of those days and I'm starting to get old and forget things. And bobsledding.
Still true airspeed. Don't look at indicated airspeed. Look at true airspeed. 137. That's the one that matters for generating lift. So whether we're going to stall or not is based on true airspeed, not indicated airspeed.
Top of the world, Pa.
Got another 800 feet to go.
Where's CD at?
Oh,
I don't see him now.
Stall warning.
I'm now standing on Mount Everest in my flight suit.
Nice.
Whoa. Incipient spin. Whoa.
That's cool that he landed a helicopter there. Oh, there goes. Oh,
Yeah.
bye. Oh, ooh,
F's in the chat.
Oh.
Come on, get airborne.
Oh, no. He crashed.
Why could I don't know why I couldn't take off there. I had full back on the stick. I had enough airspeed.
No, I mean, do you have?
Where's that helicopter at?
Yeah.
The air's too thin. You got to consider that.
Oh, I just lost about 10,000 feet of altitude sliding down the mountain.
You should be fine now.
Oops.
I'm passing right now. I'm passing over.
Okay.
Stop, but nobody's here because we're in the beta.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm gonna set course to Lukla.
Right, I could slide down my... Oh, my sim's not cooperating. It's doing weird things again. I could slide off the edge.
No, I don't know. I think he just slipped.
All right, I have recovered. I used slew mode. I'm airborne again. There's the summit of Everest. Well, at least as tested in Flight Simulator, despite having a rated ceiling of 25,000 feet, I was able to get the Cirrus SR-22 to about 28,500-ish. We'll make another attempt here, see what happens. A question for the chat. Has anyone been to Everest before? I'm assuming probably not the summit, but has anyone been to base camp before? Seen the mountain up close in real life? Also, here's another question for the chat. What was the tallest mountain before Mount Everest was discovered?
Wouldn't even know.
Anyone know the answer to that one? Peter, Joel?
I don't.
But it's still Mount Everest, just because it hadn't been discovered.
Wah, wah.
It's still the tallest mountain. Just hadn't been discovered yet.
Jeez. I don't have my snare hit sound effects over here.
Peter probably does.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
All right. Okay, I'm at 28,000 or 27,900. Really, really difficult climb here. There's the summit. I'm just below. It's so close, tantalizingly close.
I can circle it. I'm still circling for air support.
Yeah.
A lot of people up here.
I'm 800 feet below.
Yep.
I'm being much more careful this time. Very gentle climb. Another 600 feet.
There he is, right there. 12 o'clock.
$400 feet.
And yeah, if your aircraft can't make it up this high, then you should be happy because that means it's probably more realistic. More realism.
Oh, I'm starting to lose altitude now. I'll have to pitch up a little bit more. This is where we're gonna get into trouble. 28,600 or 28,700 seems to be the limit. The SR-22. Okay, here we go. Positive rate of climb again. Oh, it's so close. 300 feet to go.
Come on, CD. Come on, CD.
I had you in sight. Now I lost you.
Oh, it's like 20 more feet.
Come on, CD.
890. I need to get to like 2910, right?
Oh, there you are. Yep, like 2930. That's what the helicopter landed on. But it seems to be lower than that in the sim. I was realizing. I forgot to look when I landed on it. It's not quite that high here.
Okay, there's 29. Okay, there. Okay, I should be clear of the summit now. I just have to stay in this turn. Oh shoot, losing. Oh no.
Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Ah! Oh, he crashed right into the mountain.
All right, can't quite
Oh no, there it
make
goes again. Oh.
Yeah. So this is pretty much the.
Oh, great.
We've discovered the operating limit of the SR-22. I think.
Good sledding.
Lord, you made a beautiful planet. You gave us a nice one.
All right, I'm gonna get back on track and
No, thank you for that.
head towards Lukla.
Okay.
Can you tell us something about the orientation of the runway?
The Lukla is where?
Well, you'll have to get the field in sight. Lukla only has a viable approach from one direction.
I know,
Yeah,
but do you have any altitude on the top of your head?
I do not know officially. Hey, Jay Dizzy, we love seeing you too.
Altitude of the airport, of the runway?
Yes.
9,325. What I
9,000.
have.
I'm doing alt hold. And nav
And I think either you can approach from either direction
and
in the valley.
autopilot.
I think I'm
Yeah.
coming
Let me
from.
turn auto throttle off.
Oh yeah, I think I recognize it now
And hope I don't freak the plane out. Here we go.
because I know if you take off from Lukla, you have to take a right turn in order to get to Mount Everest. From what I know.
All right, well, we're making our way to Lukla. Need Peter and Joel. Need each of you to pick a number between 1 and 1,000.
99.
Okay. Joel said 99. Peter, what did you say?
2.
2. Okay, I have a sense of how this is going to go.
You don't know that.
Oh, I was wrong. The generated number is 37, which means Peter, you
I
are
am.
closest.
I'm
All
close.
right. And we have a
Peter-
winner.
But do we have to do that now? Because I'm literally on the approach to Lukla.
Yes,
The
we do
worst.
have to do it now.
That's the time to do it.
Peter, read everyone's locations. Chat, where are you from?
San Francisco, Colorado, Germany, Ontario, Canada, Mars, Calgary, Norway, Colorado Springs, Colorado, Austin, Texas, Calgary, Slovakia, Hawaii, New York.
Somebody else is in Colorado Springs. That's great.
Colorado Springs, Singapore, Refund.
That was me.
That's a weird one. Finland, Bristol, UK, below sea level, Italy, Alberta, Canada, UK, Canberra, Austria, Mississippi, Spain, Canada, Everest, Washington, Columbus, Ohio.
Spain. It'd be nice to live in Spain.
All this while
Christine
lining
at
up
Labem.
Lukla.
Grass is always greener.
Making a
Colorado is beautiful, though.
360.
I'm sure Kentucky is absolutely stunning too. I know I've seen photographs.
Was it? Oh, Berlin.
What is the distance?
Glendale.
I don't see any information. Yeah, I do.
Yikes! I'm still way too high.
That's it. 14 miles.
We'll do it on another 360.
Yeah, I think when it comes into your view, you should be at about 10,000 or just above 10,000.
Well, I'm at 10,000 and I'm way too high.
And you're still way too high.
Didn't DC-3s fly over this area?
Turn the
DC-3s
autopilot
never
off.
flew over the Himalayas. I don't know specifically if they flew around the area of Mount Everest or not. It's called flying over the hump, and it was providing Chinese soldiers with supplies, military equipment, food, medicine, ammunition, that kind of things. Being supplied out of British air bases in India. They flew DC-3s and, C-47s, military variants, across the Himalayas, flying over the hump. Considered very, very challenging flying for what I think everyone realizes now are obvious reasons.
Didn't they also do those in B-17s to see if they could use that route for bomb runs?
Very well, they might have done. I'm not familiar specifically with that, but that sounds like something that might have
They
happened.
couldn't. They were. It was didn't work. But that's what they looked at doing that. It cost more.
Oh, there it is. Lukla.
Cost more
Over
fuel
at
for the trip.
11
There
o'clock.
was some kind of equation where it just didn't work at all.
I have the engines off. I'm just gliding down.
And short final.
Yep.
And then
Sayang Bochi Airport.
there we go.
Namchi.
All right, very nice landing, Peter, at Lukla.
Thank you. I've had worse indeed.
Again, this is another handcrafted airport.
It's a nice one. I really like it.
It is a nice one, yeah.
There are no free parking spots here. Oh well, I'm going to shut it down right here.
So, fun fact about the airport at Lukla, it was actually Sir Edmund Hillary, one of the two people to first reach the summit of Everest, who proposed and was the driving force behind building an airport there.
Couldn't Dave search for a slightly better spot?
Well, as we've seen from flying over the Himalayas, there aren't a lot of great spots for a runway.
I mean, there are a few, I guess.
Also, fun bit of trivia, Nepal is one of only 2 countries in the world whose flag is not rectangular shaped. You've seen the flag of Nepal, it's like
Yes, a
multiple
double
different
triangle.
like triangles, yeah. Kind of cool looking. Anyone in chat, what is the other country that doesn't have a rectangle shaped flag? Anyone know that answer to that one? Nobody.
I knew it, but I'm not.
I'll give you a hint. It's a European country, but it is not a member of the EU. That might have been a too specific hint. It's not the Vatican. No, Vatican has a rectangular flag. It is Switzerland. Alex got the right answer. Switzerland has a square.
Square, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Peter, what's the best thing about Switzerland?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but its flag is a big plus.
The yak milk. I don't know.
Oh,
The chocolate.
hit the button there. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Deserved.
I'm on final now, if you can call it that.
Here's one says that was Swiss cheesy.
You could call it Ted.
What's this place called? This is Lukla Airport in the Himalayas near Mount Everest.
I think it's one of the most well-known airports in the world, or at least one of the most complex airports in the world to land at.
Yeah.
I do have, there is landing for me somewhere here, if I can remember where.
Oh, that's a
Actually, separate landing for helicopters. I think it's right here.
I've seen it yet for, was it?
Right. I don't know who that was. Is it there? Did I miss it?
Do I?
Where is my helicopter spot?
Is it off to the left? Should it be?
Yeah,
higher,
it's
bit
off to
higher.
the left. Is it lower already? No, there it is.
Hi.
I think it's right here. Right there.
Did you hear that?
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought there was a helipad here.
Oh shit.
There is where. In real life, there's a helipad there. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Brandon, this
Oh
is,
shit.
imagine checking in with ATC as a Cessna 208 at flight.
Oh, I've lost it. I've lost
It's a
it.
famous story. A lot of you may have heard this one before. aircraft comes on a frequency to ATC, says requesting flight level 500, 50,000 feet. And the ATC says, if you can get there, you can have it. And then the pilot comes back on frequency, copy that, descending. It was an SR-72 that was above 50,000 feet at the time that they made that transmission. I love that story.
That's cool.
That is, of course, the second best SR-71 story.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. We all know the best SR-71 story, the LA speed check story. Chad, if you don't know the LA speed check story, stop what you're doing right now. Pause your sim, go on YouTube, and just look up LA speed check and watch that video. It's 5 minutes of your time. It
well
is
worth it.
probably the best aviation story you'll ever hear in your life. LA speed check is the best, says Fire Savage 1. Absolutely. That was a quick fight. Well, you know, we're about 20 minutes earlier. I deliberately put some buffer time into this stream because I knew we'd have some difficult climbs over the mountains. I didn't know how long it would take to like circle around Everest and reach the summit. So we're gonna, you know, if you're on sort of pace with everyone else, we'll arrive in Lukla slightly before our 2 hours are up, but that's okay.
Yeah, last couple times I flew this on this stream, we were about 20 minutes over. So, oh my gosh, what is going on here?
Oh, almost had it.
All right, my SR-22 is controlling much nicer now at 15,000 feet than it was at 29,000 feet.
Gonna make it slow down.
All right, I'm gonna change the time of day just to give myself some better visibility here. Oh, not that way, this way. There we go. There's the airport, no longer in shadows.
All right, got an AS3 or an H125 coming in.
This thing doesn't have a speed brake. I have no idea why they would make a plane like this
My helicopter's decided
and not have a speed brake.
and I don't know why.
Brennan's casually using reverse thrust in flight to descend faster.
That's what I was thinking. I was gonna see if it had a reverse thrust, but I don't think we have one. I'll say, no, this doesn't have reverse thrust either.
Oh yeah, someone in a PC-6. I was doubting if I would get that aircraft, but I thought it would be a bit too slow.
Not sure why my helicopter's doing this now.
I thought that you did a new trick.
Yeah, you're doing the
Yes.
Papa Wheelie trick.
Yeah. That's right.
Like my old friend did in Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's the ticket. I meant to do that.
Man,
Sure
you're
I
nailing
did.
it.
Try to go down, 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 then try to pull up and bleed
All right,
speed.
I'm coming in on the approach into Lukla.
Oh. That was one way to bleed speed. Now I'm stalling. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Ah. That is so tough. Just not.
Temporarily turn everyone's nameplates off just so I can see the runway a little bit better. Runway in sight. Dramatic music change. Let me unmute my stream for a second so I can hear the music.
No.
Mysterious music. I like it.
Up, beastie. Up, beastie.
All right, turning final. remember on my personal channel, Super Typhon, I think you were there that night. We did a challenge where to see if anyone could land at Lukla from the other direction.
No way.
Ooh, yeah, that would be tricky.
Yeah. Someone pulled it off. It wasn't me, but someone I think I was flying with on that night pulled it off.
I think I can do
Oops.
it with
No, I'm off.
something like that. The PC6, which has a huge amount of reverse thrust and is a very good stall aircraft.
This thing needs speed brakes and it needs a reverse thrust.
Oh, that's weird. I'm looking down the runway and I don't see you coming in. How odd.
Well, I made the runway.
Whoa.
Shit.
What's going on? Why am I porpoising like that? All right, it's fine.
Oh,
It's fine. All right, folks, welcome to Lukla. This is, as we can hold,
busy.
it's probably the
Yeah,
busiest
it's a
this
bit
airport
busy.
has ever been. Probably the busiest this airport has ever been in both real life and the sim world. But yes, this is Tenzing Norgay Airport. Sorry, Tenzing Hillary Airport, named for Tenzing Norgay and Sir Edmund Hillary. As you can see right there, the two people who first climbed Mount Everest. All right, let me get out of my aircraft and we'll walk around a bit. There I am. Here we go. Welcome to Lukla, everyone. Hope we had a great flight today in Mount Everest, flying over the Himalayas. Oh, we got a pit special here. Cool. All right, Peter, any closing thoughts from you before we sign off?
No, it was a very scenic flight, and I'm glad I kind of pulled off that landing there. Did not further humiliate myself. And I'll be on soon.
All right, and Joel, I'll put a link to your Twitch channel in the chat. Folks, if you want to see more of Joel, go ahead and click that link, follow his channel. Joel, what do you got going on? When are you streaming next, and what are you doing?
We are streaming Sunday next. We are currently on the Mississippi River. We're about to wrap that up and start another long Sunday cruise. And then as Tuesday, we'll be back in the helicopters. 3 new helicopters coming out soon. Perhaps one will be out by Tuesday.
Ooh.
All right. Well, folks, check out Joel's channel. Go ahead and give him a follow. Otherwise, we're going to sign off here. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your flights. Doesn't matter if you're on Flight Sim 2020, Flight Sim 2024, the release version, or the beta version for both of those. Sim Update 16 beta for 2020, Sim Update 3 beta for 2024. Try any of those out. Any of the 4 builds we currently have available at the moment.
Now I think I came in on the wrong vector.
Be safe, everyone. Peace and love. We'll see you next week for Flying Friday. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh, I'll be darned. Yeah, well, I gave it my best shot. So, at least we discovered what the problem was. I didn't have to uninstall and reinstall. I wish somebody would have said turn off wake turbulence 3 weeks ago. But sometimes it takes a while to discover exactly what the problem is. But I'm glad we've done it, and now I can feel confident about doing Flying Fridays again. And I pushed the graphics all the way up to full max on the scenery, so it handled it pretty well. We weren't having any problems, so problem solved. Problem solved. You've always wanted to do a group flight like this, just never had a chance. A lot of fun. All right, so I need to take a break and do some household chores, and then the evening's excitement is going to start because I've downloaded Doom Dark Ages, and I'm still playing the Long Dark, the survival game, and that game is horrible. It's very hardcore. It's been teabagging me a lot. I can be so street. Or gamer street or whatever. And And then in the wee hours of the morning, I'm still doing my SimCity. So I've got three more live streams to do tonight. Then I'm going to go check out the Xbox app and see what all the other cool things that I can possibly try out for the next month. I'm going to be looking for farming. I'm going to find out right now if Farming Simulator's on there. Let's see here. Where's the search? Yeah, they have it. They have it. Farming Simulator 25 PC. Farming Simulator 25 invites you to join the rewarding farm life, whether you build your legacy single-handedly or cooperatively in multiplayer. So you're right. You said you could do multiplayer all day. You decide. This farm is your farm. New features include 3 maps in North America, East Asia, and Central Europe. Crops, rice, spinach, peas, green beans, animals, goats, water buffalo, baby animals, 400 machines from 150 agricultural brands. That's insane. Weather events, twister and hail, and approved effects, ground deformation and GPS-assisted steering. Wow. That's cool. I didn't realize that they had assisted steering. So, like autopilot. New production chains from farm shops and constructions. Many quality of farming improvements. Wow. Okay. Am I allowed to play this? No, really? They're not going to allow me to play this as part of the package that I have. That's weird. They'll let me play Doom, brand new, but they won't allow me to play it as part of the package. I'd have to spend $50. I'm bummed. Okay. You have a great afternoon. Everybody, thanks for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. And if you're coming back for the replay or coming back to watch the replay, hey, thank you for checking this out. I really appreciate it. I could really use some help from the Flight Sim community. If you would be so kind to be generous and tune me in every now and then, or at least stop in. I'd really use your support. I hate asking and I hate begging. But everybody else out there doing their live streams, they seem to get a lot of support. And I could really use your help in this community. So please, and like and subscribe. Next Skydude live stream, that'll be Monday. Back at 1 p.m. regular time. I might start adjusting all my live streams to noon to be just keep it all the same. Whoops. Nope. Yeah, if you're interested in watching me play Doom or any of the other, The Long Dark, the survival game, or SimCity Late in the Night, like and subscribe.